And we back like bra straps, and you already know when you hear the hip hop pianos, it's time to discuss. It's Voch Lombardi, and we're talking about wide receivers today. And it took me a while to do this video because I was going to do this last month, but I just kept changing my mind about what wide receiver was in what spot. So what I did was I stepped away and I kind of created this guideline of, who the hell is going to be the number one receiver. Like, what 5 things do I got to have in my wide receiver? What traits do I value the most? And then I'm going to rank guys by that. So I came up with that list, and then I rewatched everybody, and I came up with my top 10, right? Here are my 5 things, right, that I just got to have. And it's going to get a lot more detailed when we get to the top of the list or whatnot. But this is basically my 5. I love nuanced route runners, man. You got to have hands. We can't get yards or points if you ain't got routes and hands. Dependable. I thought this was a pretty solid tiebreaker for a lot of these guys, man. Because if I had one throw, you know what I mean? Like if it was one of those Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl, we at the goal line, and I get one play. You know what I mean? And I separated a lot of those guys with this theory of this dependable. Can I count on you for one play? And we'll start to discuss that in a little bit. Toughness, whether it be mental, physical, competitive, blocking is lumped into there somewhere. Got to have all those things, man. No block, no rock. And, don't wilt under pressure. Are you clutch? Like all those things fall into toughness for me. And that's also important. And athleticism, man. If you ain't got any of these things, man, athleticism can get you just a little bit ahead of the game, man. Now, I always say, man, everybody in the league is athletic. Everybody can run at this point in the game. So if you athletic, it's gonna have to be some damn ridiculous athleticism to separate yourself from everybody else. But run your routes, catch the ball, be dependable. You know what I mean? Be tough, run fast. Let's get into it, man. I don't want to hold y'all up too much, but that is my top 5, so to speak. So when I come back and refer to these 10 receivers in these 10 spots, and I can come back to that 5 and I can tell you how I got there. Okay. Paris Campbell is my number 10 guy. And I know a lot of people love him. They want him in the first round. He had this meteoric combine, but man, you should have seen him on my list prior to the combine, because I keep referring to him as the Urban Meyer Percy Harvin guy, and I promise you there's nothing wrong with that. There's a role for everybody, but his athleticism got him into the top 10, right? If you got any one of these 5 things, Paris Campbell got athleticism. Now you can develop him as a route runner. Can you do it? I mean, we'll see. He's absolutely worked on his hands. If you look at old Paris tape, he kind of fights the ball a little bit. He gets hit in the face mask a lot. He's a better hand catcher now. Plus, he's a full-on yak guy. I said in my Paris Campbell film video, if you go back and watch that, as long as you know what you're getting into when you're playing Paris Campbell, then you're good to go. Like he's not like a full-blown number 1 receiver, line him up at X all day type of guy. Move him around, be your gadget guy, be your Urban Meyer Percy Harvin dude, and you'll have a solid relationship with Paris Campbell. But if you walk in thinking that he's gonna be like AJ Green or something, he'll break your heart. All right. Andy Isabella at number 9, and he's moved all up and down this list. But I like his nuance as a route runner. Not the best route runner on this list. I know a lot of people have mentioned Andy as the best route runner in this class. I call it BS. I got 2 guys that are better than him. We'll talk about it. he's a bit of a body catcher sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Not enough for me to super knock him for it though. But that kind of did fall into this equation, and I'm bringing this up in reference to the number 8 guy. But just give me 20 seconds. But what really got him on this list was his toughness. I like him as a blocker, man, because he's clearly a little bitty dude, right? But he rose up and he put hands on guys, man, and he walks into the fight ready to go, and I really do like that. And I really do, watching his Georgia film, he really put hands on Georgia. He didn't do it against DeAndre Baker, but he put hands on Georgia, right? We're little UMass and y'all, big Georgia. You can see it. If you watch the film with a lot of detail, you can see a lot of guys on that team start to crack when Georgia start to beating the shit out of them. You know what I mean? But Andy fought the whole game. He even got some garbage time touchdowns because he was the only guy on his offense not quitting. And I thought that was incredibly tough and brave of him. And there's always room for a tough, brave receiver on my team. Andy Isabella, you're top 10. You deserve it. Thank you, bro. Now let's talk about him versus Penny Hart. Because Penny Hart got all that same stuff that I talked about with Andy. But what really separate these two, what really put Penny over Andy, right? I talked about competition in my notes, right? I was just jotting things down, and I talked about competition. And I know people gonna say, "But yo, Voch, Andy Isabella played Georgia. Like, ain't that like better competition than who Penny played?" Penny played against his fair share of comp too, but the biggest competition, what I like the most, is both these guys are Senior Bowl guys. The All-Star game, that's the competition right there. And when Andy showed up to the All-Star game, it took him a while to get going in the practices, and when it came to the game, I mean, he was cool, but the entire practice, the whole Senior Bowl process, Penny Hart was beating the hell out of everybody. You know what I mean? So we can pull the Georgia State competition card if you want to. I mean, that's fine. But when you take Penny Hart away from Georgia State and you put him in the Senior Bowl setting, he started to beat the dog shit out of everybody. And that's where Penny Hart got a lot of respect from me, and that's why he's number 8 on my list. Let's keep moving to Big Swole ass DK. Big Swole ass DK, right? And he's a lot of people's number 1 receiver, and he can't be number 1 receiver for me, right? I like nuanced route runners, like super nuanced route runners. He's not that. He shows a little bit of creativity with how he sets his routes up for a big receiver. Let me please preface that. A lot of big receivers can't run routes very well. I think DK Metcalf runs routes better than most big receivers, but that doesn't mean like he's a super nuanced route runner like I like. So his routes are still a question, like his movement, being able to turn and all that matters in route running. Leverage awareness, being able to find open zones and all that, football IQ processing, all that goes in route running as well. And DK ain't great at that, but he does set some routes up well. But he's not a fantastic route guy, if you want to put it in that way. Plus, he's not a fantastic hands guy. And like I said earlier, we can't get yards or points unless we're fantastic hands guys. Pardon me. We can't get yards or points unless we're routes or hand guys. I was reading something where I said fantastic. I'm going to touch back on that in a minute. We're not editing this. Is DK Metcalf dependable? You know what I mean? Like, that's my, you know what I mean? Like, he's athletic and shit. And I'm sure he's a tough guy. Like, if football don't work, he can go fight in the UFC or something. But is he dependable? You know what I mean? Like, if you look at some of those game logs, right? The Ole Miss game logs. Like, DK Metcalf had like 3 or 4 catches or something. You know what I mean? But sometimes he'll disappear. If you look at the Alabama game, that one big play at the front of it, right? It was like, oh shit, boy, DK Metcalf, boy. The Ole Miss about to put hands on Bama, but we ain't seen nothing else from DK after that. You know what I mean? But meanwhile, if you look at all the other guys, I mean, the tight ends got catches. I mean, Lodge got catches, Brown got catches. You know what I mean? Like where are DK's catches? And I feel like if I had one play in the game, if I had to get that thing to DK, Man, I probably wouldn't throw it to DK. I'll throw it to somebody else. You know what I mean? Ask yourself that. You know, if just chat box right now, wherever we're doing this at, chat box comment section, just ask yourself, if you had one play, would you rather get it to DK or would you draw something up for Paris or any one of these top 10 guys, right? And that means a lot to me, man. Like, there's a reason why he only had a handful of catches in some of these games. You know what I mean? But hey, you know, that's just my thought process. So, like, you know, y'all can go back and watch the film on your own. But I mean, there's a reason why they didn't spam passes his way, and other guys on his team did catch way more passes than him per game. But we'll cross that road in a little bit. Hollywood Brown. Let's talk about him. First of all, the big deal in the room or whatever, the big elephant in the room or whatever with Brown, and you know what we're gonna say is two things really: is he's a little bitty and he played in the Big 12, right? He's smaller than Kyler Murray and he's run past everybody in the Big 12. Okay, cool. Here are my retorts. Yes, he's small. If we look past that, can we use him? Yes, I think we can use him. Is he a route runner? He's damn sure a route runner. He understands space. He understands leverages. I was watching film on him, man. He comes back to the ball a lot. And I was thinking about like damn dog, like you come, but I thought of, like, if you ain't got no damn catch radius, your ass better come back to the ball. You know what I mean? But all that's route running, all that's understanding leverages, all that's, you know, setting up routes and all that. So he's definitely a route runner. I don't see a bunch of catches dropped from him or whatever. Is he dependable? Sure. I've seen Kyler get the ball to him downfield. I've seen Kyler get like third downs. Man, look, Kyler Murray to Hollywood Brown, third down crossing route, good luck to you. You know what I mean? Some guys run the mesh, they catch it and get hit. Hollywood catches the mesh, runs it, and gets an additional 15 to 20 yards because he's fast and ridiculously athletic and explosive. You know what I mean? He damn sure got athleticism, and he's so little bitty, he just keeps getting hit, and he gets up and he walks away, right? Now, you know, is he going to be durable enough to play 16 games? That's a whole nother discussion, man. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm not a doctor. I watch film. But as a wide receiver, I really like Hollywood Brown, and he's my number 6 guy. All right, let's get into the top 5, shall we? Let's get into this top 5. Deebo Samuel. Boy. Deebo tough, man. Deebo, have y'all seen Craig and Smokey over there? Earlier. You know what I mean? Like when you hear the name Deebo, right, you kind of associate that with a tough guy, and that's damn true. He's a little bitty tough guy, and we talk about his competition. We talk about okay, look. So don't watch his game versus DeAndre Baker. Okay, just don't watch Deebo against DeAndre Baker. But every other big SEC competition, everybody else in the Senior Bowl as well, like Deebo also showed up and put hands on those guys. So like toughness, competition, like being physically tough and all that, like that's Deebo all day. Like he's little bitty, high pointing the ball on. And look, let me preface little bitty, like he's 5, combine nerds, please. He's 5'10", 5'11", something like that. But he's still high pointing the football like he's big. You know what I mean? Like I like little receivers that play big, secure hands guy, route guy. And we talk about dependability, right? If you had one play, if it's one of them Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl against the Patriots situations, you're on the goal line, you're on the 1 yard line, and you know what I'm saying, you got to play. You feel good about drawing up a play to Deebo Samuel. You know what I mean? Like I just feel confident. Like it was plenty of times, man. You can watch the film. They got a lot of games out on Deebo. Go watch the film, man. Deebo will find a play for you, whether it's third down, fourth down, goal line, those big pivotal moments. Deebo is dependable as hell. You know what I mean? And that's why he got that spot, man. Plus, he whooped ass in the Senior Bowl. Plus, even though he's small, he's a bit thicker. So I do think he's a little more durable. Now, he's not as athletic, super fast as Hollywood Brown, but I think he does cover a lot other boxes that Hollywood ain't necessarily covering. You know what I mean? I think Deebo can make a lot of catches over the middle of the field that I don't think Hollywood Brown would want to catch, you know what I'm saying, just on the next level or whatnot. But, you know, that's for another discussion. But that's why I got Deebo at number 5. Number 4, Nikhil Harry. Now, Nikhil Harry ain't super athletic guy, you know what I mean? But there's a place for every wide receiver on your team, and he kind of fits most of my other boxes, right? Hands guy, I like his catch radius. That's dope. Tough player. And he's athletic enough, right? Like he's not like super ridiculous, explosive athletic guy, but he's athletic enough. Dependable playmaking guy. Let me tell you something about this dude. Man, I don't even know what damn game it was, dog. But they it was like a third down, fourth down, something like that. And you could hear the announcer say, "Yo, man, they need to get the ball to Harry right here, man. They need a big play." And they gave it to Nikhil Harry on a damn jet sweep, right? Nikhil Harry ain't jet sweep guy, but they gave him the ball on the jet sweep and he got his first down and he rumbled and he yacked and he, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I mean by dependable. You know what I mean? If I got one play in the back of the end zone, if I had the back shoulder fade to anybody on this list, I'm getting that thing to Nikhil Harry. If I got to run a slant over the middle to somebody that's on this list currently, I'm getting that thing to Nikhil Harry. You know what I'm saying? That means, that means a lot to me. Having a dependable receiver. That's why Nikhil Harry is number 4. Plus he's big. I like a little size on my receivers too. But Hakeem Butler. And the only thing that really puts Hakeem Butler over the edge with Nikhil, because I think they're very similar, but Hakeem's catch radius is ridiculous. Hakeem's like in the air is ridiculous. I think he's another one of those guys to where like, yo, if Iowa State needs something, they can go to Hakeem for that play. And I thought Hakeem was going to be like slower. You know what I mean? Because he was bigger. He's not like quick out of his break, anything like that. But like he has that rolling speed. So like if he's going, he can get going, and that gives you a lot of yak opportunities or whatever. We can see a little bit of nuance in his route running for a big receiver. You know what I mean? Is he a super route runner like my first two guys? Nah. But we do see better route running from him. For a big receiver. Look out for Hakeem Butler's film session that's coming out. Not next, but it's going to come out after this guy's film session, which is my number 2 fella. I just clicked on the wrong mouse. My number 2 fella, Riley Ridley. You got to scout with a lot of faith when you're looking at these damn Georgia kids. You know what I mean? I'm definitely gonna, break it down on this film I'm gonna do on them, but pardon me, but it's a lot of mouths to feed in that damn Georgia offense, and they spread it around quasi-evenly, but I really do think Riley really deserved a lot more looks than he did. But the best route runner in the draft, man, and I'm not kidding, the best route runner in the draft, and I can't wait to break down this film. It's exciting. It's exciting to watch. It's a sight to see. The YouTube Illuminati is taking money away from your favorite content creators, and people often ask the best way to support the channel directly. I tell them that's subscribing to my Patreon. Just $1 a month would increase production and the frequency of uploads. Basically, that means more content for you. For less than a bag of almond M&Ms, you can support the channel, call dibs on requests for future videos, and you can have access to Patreon exclusive material like my throwback film sessions. That's patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. I appreciate the support. Doski Woski. Salute. Man, is he a better route runner than his brother? I think so, man. Look, I like Cal, man, but Riley gives me a lot of goosebumps when I watch him run routes, man. I can't wait to break him down. He kind of got a lot of stuff on Diggs in him, man. I mean, that may or may not be fair. I'm not really player comparison guy. I hate to do it, but if he has that type of career, man, I mean, damn, I'm with it. We like I said, man, we saw his usage go down, but if you look at him in the championship game in Alabama, when they played against Alabama last year, whatever, Riley really was one. He was one out there making all the plays, and you saw his athleticism, you saw his hands, they went to him. You saw they throwing him the ball. When they throw the ball to Riley Ridley, it's top tier stuff, man. And it's kind of hard to properly evaluate these Georgia guys, but once you do, hey man, trust yourself, man. But look, hey man, stay tuned for that film session whenever I drop it. But Riley Ridley is definitely my number 2 guy. And number 1, AJ Brown, man. AJ Brown wasn't even gonna be my number 1 guy, but I had to be honest to myself, man. I had to write down my 5 things, route runner, sure. AJ Brown got that. He runs as nuanced as the rest of them. Now, is he a better route runner than Riley? Really, I don't think so. But he a smooth second, and I'm fine with that. Hands, 100%. AJ Brown is a secure hands guy. Is he dependable? Sure. I was talking about the game logs earlier with Ole Miss. I mean, DK Metcalf will get 4 catches, but most of the game logs you look at, AJ Brown got like 8 catches, 9, 5. You know what I mean? 6, because they went to him. They go to him. They trust him. They, can I trust you? Can I trust you? If it's one play I need, like if it's 3rd and 4. Can I get the ball to AJ Brown? I feel good about getting the ball to AJ Brown. Can I line you up on the outside and throw it to you? Sure. If we're in the goal line, can I put you outside and put you on a back shoulder fade situation? Can I trust you to go get that? Sure. Can I keep you lined up in the slot where you normally line up at? Get you to get hit by a linebacker and catch the ball. He makes contested catches. He's a big guy. He's 6'1", 230 or something like that. Combine nerds, help me out again. He can make those catches and get hit. You know what I mean? Like AJ Brown, it's that guy. You know what I mean? He can catch your bubbles. He can catch your slants, tunnel screens, and all that. He doesn't do a lot of vertical stuff, but Ole Miss really didn't ask him to. I think if you ran him on a post and threw it at him, he'll catch that too. Athleticism, sure. We saw we saw bits of his athleticism. Then he had his combine that answered some other questions or whatnot about his speed and all that. So AJ Brown, we good. We good. And is he tough? Absolutely. He's a competitor. He's a blocker. No block, no rock. 100% live. Saying like that theory or whatever. Like he competes, man. Competes. AJ Brown's my number one guy. And I stand by it, and it took me 2 damn months to get there, but damn it, we there. All right. So if y'all have any discrepancies about my list, y'all can feel free to go down in that chat box comment section. You can feel free to hate on it or whatever. You can do it. But if you agree, then y'all can lobby up on my side, get your pitchforks and rifles ready, and we can fight back those that oppose me. You know what I mean? If you're a DK Metcalf lover and you think I'm wrong, well, let's go in the comments and discuss about it. Let's not call nobody stupid, and let's figure this thing out, so to speak. But I ain't changing my mind. But we can in fact talk about it though. All right. But with that being said, man, this is my ranking video. I'm gonna do a film session on Riley Ridley and Hakeem Butler. Probably do a little more D-line stuff, maybe some edge rushers, just to get some more of that out. And then I gotta study. Then I'm gonna rank like I don't know, probably like running backs or DBs next. I don't know, we'll see, but we'll cross that road in a minute. Hey, like the video, support the merch. I'm real bad at this. I'm winging it right now. Follow me on Twitter, VOCHLOMBARD. I thank y'all for supporting me. I'm not a professional, man. My bad. Thank y'all for supporting me and all that. Don't forget about the Patreon. It's more important than food and water. Joel S, hit me on Patreon so you can so I can get your information, so I can get you your shirt. You are the Patreon free shirt giveaway winner for this month. Hit me up so I can get that to you. And that's why I say hit me up on Patreon so nobody fakes out and get your damn shirt. All right. With that being said, man, y'all hold down for the Doski Woski. The Peace Whiskey cost you nothing. All right. Salute. Peace.